Hi, this is Suchadata, SST teacher, and now we are about to pick up the 7th chapter of History Class 8th, and the name of the chapter is Weavers, Iron Smelters and Factory Owners. This chapter is little different from the traditional history that we read, and it talks about the weavers, of the iron smelters, of the commoners as it is. That means in the first chapter when we read that history now is not the story of the kings and the queens, but the story of the common people is absolutely true in this chapter. When we will be dealing about the commoners, when we will be dealing about their problems, their occupations and the way they lived. In the beginning we see that in Britain there were two industries which started flourishing, and those were the textile industry and the iron and steel industry. Of course, there were smaller industries which were developing, but these were the two major industries which changed the face of England at that time. Because of the textile industry, England was called as the industrial revolutionary place. That is a place where the first industrial revolution took place. And because of the iron and steel industry, it was called as the workshop of the world. So these two industries not only changed the face of England, but also gave it a new name. We see that when the Britishers started trading in India, in the beginning, they had different thing in mind. That is, they wanted to pick up the spices from India, but later on it was textile and later on it was raw material, because industrialization started and they wanted to pick up the cotton from here, and after that it was altogether a different scenario, because now when the cotton was picked up from here and cloth was manufactured at Lancashire and Manchester, they came back with that cloth to sell in India, because there was huge population in India and they saw a huge ready market wherein they could sell their goods. So the trade in India of the Britishers kept changing according to their time, need and requirements. But before we go deeper into this history, let's first of all understand the textile story of India before the advent of Britishers. By 1750, that is till the time the Britishers had not conquered Bengal, we see that India was the largest producer of the cotton textile in the world. Its textile was not only famous but was also much sought after by the Europeans. Slowly we see that the cotton textile market had a great impact, that is the Indian cotton textile had a great impact in Southeast, West Asia and Central Asia. Slowly, when the Europeans started trading with the Indians in the textile field themselves, that is directly, then the scenario changed altogether. And that's what we are about to read in the next clipping.